Hello everyone, I'm Chelsea Philippe. Today I'll be sharing a powerful early literacy strategy, reading logs, which I believe can offer both deep insight into student learning and opportunity to center student voice in a meaningful way. Before diving in, I invite you to pause and reflect. Consider your current literacy practices. What data do you value most from your readers? How often do students get to share their thinking in their own words, their own voice, or even their own language? Let's challenge some of our assumptions about what literacy tracking should look like. Reading logs are more than just recording what students read. They are space for reflection and connection. As Tompkins explains, students use them to document titles, authors, page counts. They also record personal responses, thoughts, questions, and even drawings. Logs can help students see themselves as readers and make their learning visible. Reading logs are flexible. For early writers, logs might include pictures or sentence stems. For others, they may be voice recorded reflections through apps like Seesaw or Flipgrid. Logs can be completed independently, collaboratively, or at home. Most importantly, the teacher regularly reviews them, turning them into an authentic two-way conversation about reading. The strategy aligns with constructive theory. Vygotsky emphasizes that learning is social and contextual. Crouch and Cambro remind us that learning isn't linear. It's recursive, messy, and personal. Werner Lass' framework shows how adults can scaffold language development through reoccurring, meaningful routines like a reading log. Reading logs support oral language development, which is foundational for early literacy. When children talk about their reading, whether it's with peers or by recording their responses, they engage in expressive and receptive language. This naturally builds vocabulary and multilinguistic awareness. As profiled in Morrow, Wendy Hayes exemplifies strong literacy instructions through integrated themes and station work. Reading logs easily fit into such environments, extending works from writing stations and reinforcing new vocabulary by embedding it in authentic student writing or dedication. Reading logs also support culturally responsive practices. As Holt writes, students engage deeply with environmental print and real-world text from their homes and communities. Logs allow them to respond in their home language or mixed language, a practice known as code switching. This isn't just a linguistic skill, it's an identity practice. By letting students move between languages or dialects depends on the content, which we can infer who they are and the full range of their communication strengths. As Patricia Cole explains, young children are biologically wired for linguistic acquisition. They're linguistics geniuses. Reading logs tap into that capacity, especially when they include oral and visual responses, modes that may be more developmentally appropriate when writing for some learners. If you're wondering how to get started, begin with modeling how to do a reading log. This can be done after a short story or reading a chapter of a class novel. Offer options, drawing or reflection, sentence frames, or digital entries. Celebrate every attempt and build an opportunity for peer sharing. This reinforces the message that all reading and reflections are valued. When students are familiar with and confident, they can provide a more open-ended student choice reading logs. Technology can take reading logs even further. Digital platforms like Seesaw, Story Creator, Google Classroom offer accessible, multimodal spaces where students can share their reflections in ways that suit their learning style. Students might upload their voice notes, snap a photo of a drawing, or type a short response. You can even extend reading logs into the classroom blogs or digital journals, giving students a real audience. This isn't just engaging, it's empowering. These tools also invite families into the process. Students can use what their child is reading and thinking and respond directly through comments and discussion. Technology doesn't replace the reading log, it amplifies its search or reach and meaning. Reading logs provide a rich format assessment data. You gain insight into what students understand, how they connect to text, and how their identities as readers evolve. They're especially helpful for English language learners and emergent readers, aligning beautifully with Crouch and Cambro's emphasis on honoring each learner's voice. Reading logs are small, simple tools, but their impact is profound. They help us document reading growth, develop language skills, and most importantly, connect with our students on a deeper level as readers and thinkers. Can you see yourself using reading logs in your classroom? What might they help you learn about your students? Do you have any questions? Thank you very much for listening.